This little girl is a mandarin pied that's het for albino. Let me take her out here so you can get a better look at her. You can see that doesn't look like a regular pied. It's got the dark head, and it's got definitely some reds in there. And that is our mandarin pied that's also het for albino. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. Today we're going to be looking at some ball pythons that I really like in my collection. Some cool stuff. Give you guys a little taste of some stuff I have for possibly for sale. It's just stuff that I really like in my collection, stuff that I was pretty happy that I produced over the last 2 years. A little quick hit on this Monday. Hopefully you had a great weekend and you have a lot of great stuff planned. I don't know if any of you guys have seen my Brian Barczyk tribute video. It's obviously a very sad day when Brian passed. And I love to see, and I've been watching a lot of tributes out there and a lot of people posting pictures about Brian, and he was really beloved in our industry and he's going to be missed. And I just hope everyone continues to watch his channel and support what he's doing over there and what he built, because his family is still running all that legacy aquarium and the reptarium and BHB, and that is his legacy. So we need to keep continuing to support that and watch that channel. I just wanted to put that out there. Brian, we love you wherever you are, and I know you're watching over us. God bless you. Let's go into the snake room. All right, it's cold here in Cape Coral these past couple days. It actually went down to the 40s at night, which makes me glad that I never put my Sulcattas tortoises outside yet. I haven't set them up outside, and it's probably 65 in the middle of the day. So usually that's a little chilly for here. I mean, it's not chilly for you guys up north, but it's chilly here. You can see the Sulcattas are actually all hunkered down. They bury themselves and they'll sit by the light just to keep warm. They don't like it when it's chilly. 65 is chilly for these guys. Look at that poor baby. He's like, I'm cold. I got to stay warm. So yeah, they'll definitely, they like to warm up and keep themselves under the light, and then at night they'll bury themselves really deep when that light goes off. Usually when the garage doors are closed, it's a lot warmer in here, so at night it gets warmer. But yeah, I like to subject them to a little bit of chilliness. It's okay. They don't always need the same exact temperature. These guys are pretty big. Look how big these guys are. They got some nice size in them. That's the male, obviously. The male's always bigger, and that's the female. And they're not. If you notice, they're not eating all their food like they normally do. Usually, they devour 3 heads of romaine lettuce. I put 2 in, and they only ate about 1.5 of them. So they're going to cut back their eating a little bit because when it gets a little chillier, metabolism is not cranking as much, and that's expected in the winter. They don't really. Usually, they're always pooping in the water bowl, but they don't even. They kind of just. They don't really move around too much when it's chilly. Once it warms up, forget about it. They're trying to get out of this tub all the time, and once again, I'm still working on getting my gardener guys to build me my outdoor enclosure. So hopefully by next season it'll be ready. Hopefully by the spring it'll be ready, but we'll see. You would think that the gardens have less work in the winter because they don't cut the grass as much because it doesn't grow as much, and somehow they seem to be busier. I don't know why. I think they don't have as many people working. That's why. All right, we're gonna leave our little boy alone. Good boy. Good boy. We'll start off with a bang. My Leucistic Wolf Snake, doing very well, eating really well. I think Papa's feeding him twice a week now. Going to put a little bit of size on him. He's taking unscented pinkies usually, unless he's in shed. When he's in shed, and he's not so willing to eat. Now I've been trying to, keep him a little up. We're going to mist him a little bit here, because they like a little bit of humidity. Don't like it too dry. They do well with the humidity. They help them shed better too. And we'll keep an eye on him. I can't wait till he gets big enough. I can put him like in a little bit of a display cage. I just love him. Just because he's unique. I got to find him a female. But for now, I haven't seen any other Leucistic Wolf Snakes, so I have to believe he's one of only a few out there. All right, there's our sand boa. Kenyan sandbower. This is our snow splash. So the snow is the albino anery. And then the splash gene is also, oh look, it's shed. Get a shed out of there. They like to dig, they love to dig down. He's actually gotten, I think this is the she? Yeah, she's actually gotten pretty big. You can find her here. She's buried herself, but she's got, I'm gonna leave her alone. But she's doing well. She's eating really well too. All right, I just sprayed down my banana champagne pied. As I've said before in the past, the champagne het pied looks like a pied, and the champagne pieds, the visual pieds, are actually white most of the time. It's got a little bit of a reddish pupil. That's the banana in there, what you can tell. And it's also possible yellow belly enchi, and it's het hypo as well. So pretty powerful little boy. I'm debating putting him up for sale or possibly putting him into the breeding program probably next year. I haven't really been power feeding him or anything like that to try to breed him right away. So he'll probably need another 6 to 8 months before he's ready to breed. Really nice looking. One of the nicest looking white snakes in the ball python breeding. You know, you get different ways to make white snakes. You can do a snow, which is an albino axanthic, or excuse me, yeah, albino axanthic. You can do a leucistic, blue-eyed leucistic, which have blue eyes, and most of those are not completely white, except the super Russos are definitely the whitest with the blue eyes. Then you have your black-eyed leucistics, which are your super fires. And then you have some other snakes that make white as well. If you get champagne pieds, you're going to have an all-white snake. Lesser pieds, all-white snake. So it's interesting to see all the different interactions. All right, now that's a banana champagne het pied. And like I told you, it looks like it's a pied because het pied and champagne make this really nice looking pied snake. There's also possibly yellow belly and enchi in there. I don't think it's enchi because it does have a lot of white. And once again, but it's got some stuck shed on it. So what we usually do when we see that is we pour a little water in the cage, seeps into the cocoa husk, and it will make it raise the humidity in here. And then this snake will probably be shed out by tomorrow. So all good. And there's another banana champagne het pied. And this one's a little more colorful. Could have enchi in it, or even yellow belly, which I think it does because look at the little jagged pattern here. Probably has some yellow belly in there. This is a female, and the other one was a male. So if anyone's interested, these should be going up. I think I'm going to put these up for sale. You can reach out to me individually. A lot of people do. So I sell most of the snakes. You know, people see them on my videos and they'll contact me, and it's like, let's make a deal. All right, here's a little update on our Mandarin albino pied project. This little girl is a Mandarin pied that's het for albino. Let me take her out here so you get a better look at her. You can see that doesn't look like a regular pied. It's got the dark head, and it's got definitely some reds in there. And that is our Mandarin pied that's also het for albino. Beautiful, beautiful little girl. And she came out really nice. She's probably the reddest Mandarin pied I've produced. And if anyone's interested, I might sell her actually. So reach out. Now what I probably won't sell is the visual Mandarin albino pied. And he just shed out, as you can see here. Let's take a shed out. And he's looking very beautiful. This is our boy. And I'll probably use him in the breeding project because we got all the genes we hit here. You can see he's got some, I call him the golden pied, like the golden boy, and he's looking really good. He's actually been getting better as he's getting older, which is a lot of times typical for albinos and mandarins for sure. So put two of those together and you're going to get a snake that's going to probably improve with age, probably get more reds in it. I mean, this one's got a lot of dark red oranges in it, and I I think there's a lot of potential. Now that I finally hit the visual, I can kind of start mixing it into other things. And I know that everything's going to be, 100% as far as the pied, 100% as far as the albino. And then I can tell Mandarin pretty well now. Obviously, it would be a big mistake to mix Mandarin into Orange Dream, because then you get really muddy the waters and you're not going to be able to tell what's what. So I keep all my Mandarin stuff away from Orange Dream. You can mix it with banana and other stuff, but just keep away from Orange Dream, I think, because once again, then you don't even know what to, tell people the genes are, because you're guessing at that point. But I can see when there's Mandarin and there's not Mandarin, pretty much. And it's pretty apparent right here too. Little update on this clutch too. This is the Enchi Clown Het Pied clutch that was bred to an Orange Dream Enchi Het Clown Pied as well. And this is a Orange Dream Super Enchi Clown. It's 66% Het Pied. At some point I will genetically test these guys to see if they're actually carrying the Pied gene. But for now, this is my last clutch I had, so they're still growing up. Really nice little boy. And I don't want to bother him too much, but he's been eating well. Put some size on. It's always good. My ball pythons tend to eat well because I don't feed them right out of the egg. I sometimes wait like 4 weeks. I wait for them to shed for sure, and then a lot of times I'll wait another week or two after that. I want them to get really, really hungry, and then this way, when we first put the first meal in, they're dying to eat, and then it seems like they go on a good streak after that. Sometimes when they're really not that hungry, and you're throwing mice in there with them, that first week right after they shed, they just don't want to eat. They still have the egg yolk sac in them, and they're fine, and so sometimes they shy away from food. All right, this little girl is an Enchi, what I believe to be Orange Dream as well, Clown. And I don't think it's Super Enchi, but it could be. Could be potential Super Enchi. Orange Dream Clown, also 66% Het Pied. And I think there's some markers. I think I'm seeing pied markers here, but maybe not. We'll see. Once again, it's very easy nowadays. If you want to see if something's Het Pied or not, you can just send in their shed and they can test it right through Morph Market, actually. So might do that at some point, see what I got here. Because obviously if this is Het Pied, it's going to be more valuable. And, you won't want to undervalue your snakes. Especially if you're keeping it and you're just going to try to prove it out yourself, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're going to sell it, it's much more valuable if you can say for sure if something is Het Pied or it is Het Clown or whatever you're trying to prove out, or Het Albino, whatever it is. So nice little girl. Little update on my Terminator Pied. This is my who knows what's in this guy. He's got a red eye, which probably is from banana, but he's got a really red eye. I don't know, is that the really red eye? He's got one eye that's really, really red. So I called him the Terminator. There he is. It's hard to see in this light, but it's there. But he's got the regular head. He doesn't really have a banana looking head. So that's what's so weird about the whole thing. Now, if it was a lesser pied, it would have small black eyes. This one has small black eyes. I think there's lesser in here. But lesser pieds are usually completely white. I mentioned that before. So this one's an anomaly. So I call him the Terminator Pied. It's a girl, actually. She's a female Terminator. I'll probably just keep her, just because once you name something, it's kind of like a novelty at that point. I do all these videos, so I might as well have a couple snakes that are representative of my facility. So, there she is, the Terminator. Here's a pretty little monarch female I produced last year. She's put on some good size too. She's eating well. If anyone's interested, I might actually sell her. I do not have a visual female monarch. I have a lot of het stuff. I don't know why, so I might have to keep her. I have a lot of visual male monarch stuff. I have the monarch hurricane, which I've shown you a number of times. Maybe I'll show you again. This is just a regular monarch. There's no hurricane in here, but it was part of that project that I got it. I just didn't hit the hurricane on this one. So Monarch being the T positive albino, probably one of the nicest ones, I'd say. Got a lot more purples in it. Very, very clean looking. And I like this one a lot. Now this female is actually a hurricane that's het for Monarch. So if you want to make Monarch, hurricane Monarchs, this would be definitely the way to go. If anyone's interested, I know a lot of people are into hurricane, and Monarch hurricanes are really beautiful because they're very dark, and when you put the Monarch into it, it strips away some of the black, but they're dark. They're dark purplish looking. So this female's been putting on some good size. Once again, this is from June of last year, so these snakes have some size on them and some years. And there's our hurricane Monarch I just mentioned. Might as well. He's in shed, but we got him in the grow up rack here because we want to breed him. So Pablo's got him on the advanced feeding program now. He was a little, we weren't quite feeding him that much. And then I realized he was a little behind. So we upped his food. Let's see if we can get him out here. And now he's back in the swing of things. You can see all those hurricane squirrels mixed in with the T positive, albino Monarch. And it's a really nice combination. So hopefully, maybe in another 3 months, maybe 6 months, halfway through the season, we can get him to start breeding again. Or get him to start breeding, period. He hasn't bred at all yet. And we can make some, obviously, the goal would be to make a super hurricane Monarch. And if I can do that, that would be awesome. Probably won't happen until next year, but that's the goal. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like any of the snakes that you saw and you want to pick up some, hit me up. I also have a really, really great super boa special I just put up on Morph Market. Just one particular snake. It is a super hypo blizzard. One of my favorites. That's the whitest snake in all of boa breeding. It will never turn yellow. It will always stay white with red eyes. It was produced this past year, and it's a beautiful female, and she's solid white. One of the nicest boas I've ever produced. She's going to be on sale on Morph Market. Check it out at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas Morph Market store, and first come, first serve. You guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.